ladies. Welcome to Jenna Louise's Beauty Channel, where I help you create a little beauty in your everyday life, right? Anyway, I thought it was high time that I did a makeup tutorial, and I wanted to show you what it is that I'm doing now that my skin has started to age. All right, my skin is no longer as firm as it used to be, and it's just, things just are sagging down. I've got the baggy eyes, of course the dark circles. I've always had the dark circles, but my eyelids are starting to droop. They're really starting to droop. Things are just sagging. And when your skin, when your face, and you've got reached that age to where your skin is aged and everything is just falling down, and your makeup techniques, your eye makeup techniques in particular, are no longer working, right? Things just are no longer working. And so for me, the old technique that I used to do for my eye application, it just made it look, saggier. It just didn't lift it up like like it used to be. And so for the aging skin, our whole goal is to give the illusion that we've lifted up our face, like things have lifted up, right? And so I have learned certain application techniques from your contouring and how you contour, where you're supposed to put your highlight, where you put your concealer, where you how you do your eyeshadow application. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what it is that I'm using real quick. First of all, I found, I use a couple of different foundations, but the one that I'm found that I'm loving so far is the Maskcara foundation. Comes in this cute little magnetic case, and this is my foundations, and I use all of them. And with Maskcara, it's all contouring. You just don't slap one color on your entire face. It's contouring. And I really like this a lot. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. So for me, I'm going to start off using this foundation base. Contouring is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Hoping I'm making sense because I have not had my coffee yet. The Maskcara Beauty, I find that I don't even have to prime my skin. It tends to last all day long, which is I'm liking, but there are times to where I feel like I'm needing a little bit of more illumination, especially if I'm going to go out in the evening. And my favorite illuminator and primer all in one is the Becca. It's the Becca highlighting backlight primer highlight, and I like this, and it really illuminates your face. And so I tend to just kind of do it like around here and just kind of in the T-zone area a little bit. I really like this a lot. So that Becca backlight highlighting primer is amazing. Yeah, this is a go, but I'm not going to use that today. I'm just going to be at work today. So the first thing that I like to do is to cover up these dark circles. And I really, even though the Maskcara does a really good job, there are some mornings to where I just have more dark circles than anything, especially if it's that time amount of month for me. Yeah. So this, I'm going to conceal, put a few dots like you would normally do. This is the Nars concealer. I love the Radiant Creamy Concealer by Nars. It is the best concealer that I have tried so far to really give me that double extra coverage. So I'm going to tap this. A lot of people I noticed tend to blend their concealer. They want to like blend it in. That's a big no-no. You don't want to blend it in. You're just going to tap it and keep it there on the surface. You don't want to blend it in, but you do want to apply it in the areas to where you are the darkest. You want to hide that blue pigment. I don't need much, but it sure helped to do a great job. So that Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, I love this. In fact, I'm going to be getting me another one because I know I'm going to be loving it. Okay, now on to the Maskcara fave. So there's two highlights that I use, and there's your contour, and then there's your highlight, right? So I'm gonna go with the darker highlight. That is an amber, and it's more of an orange underglow. And what that does is that helps to hide all of my red undertones. And I've got it more like here, and I've got it here. And I'm gonna put this more kind of along I'm gonna cover up any areas that are red. That's pretty much all it is. So my nose, doesn't take much. Tap, I put it underneath my eye. Put it there in that crease to give me a little bit of extra coverage. This applicator is amazing. I love this applicator. It's a dual applicator. Beautiful bristles, amazing. And that is also from Maskcara. Okay, so I'm actually seeing a blemish right here that I just doesn't seem to want to go away anytime soon. Okay, I pretty much I did a little bit, just a little bit, tapped it in there just a couple of different times, and I blotted it. I just blotted it. Okay, so I just covered the areas to where it's red. If you have all red all over your face, then cover the whole face with it. Okay, now, my goal is to get another one of these brushes because I don't want to double dip in it, and I'm finding that I really, really love this brush, and I want to get another one that I can use, one for each highlighter. I use the larger end for the highlights, and I use this end for the contour, and I'll show you how to do that. There's one in that's smaller and one that's larger. You see that? Okay, now I'm going to dip this into the lighter highlight, and I'm going to put that more into my T-zone and here. It's not an illumination. It's not an illuminator, but just in the areas to where I want it to be a little bit lighter. And I'll go up here, down the center of my nose, and then I'll go down here. Make sure you blend it in really, really good. Don't go crazy. Make sure you go underneath your face. I don't do too much on the outside. I tend to kind of just blend what I've already did out because I'm going to focus on contouring on this side. A little bit goes a long way, you guys. The first time I used this, I really did quite a bit of it. I noticed I was over applicating, and it really just takes a little bit, and that's it. Okay, so I did my face. I did the darker highlight for hiding my red. As you can tell, it really hit it well. I did the lighter highlight in the areas that I wanted to be lighter, like the T-zone, you know, like this here, just a little bit this here. I did my chin, blended it underneath your face, and just kind of took that and blended it out. Now I'm going to contour. Oh, what I want to show you is this blending brush. Get yourself a nice soft blending brush, not one of those hard sponge ones, but a nice soft one. And I find that I like this, how smoother it is when I take the blending brush and I just blend things out. I smooth things out better. It's not, this foundation is not thick and cakey at all. It's not a thick foundation, which is what I love, because I really, really hate real thick creams. And for women that have aging skin, you don't want to show off those wrinkles, and those thicker foundations, the thicker creams can get into your wrinkles. And I personally don't like the look. There comes a time to where you need to do a lighter touch, but for now, this is what we're sticking with. Okay, now I'm going to take the smaller end and I'm going to dip it into my contour. There's all sorts of shades of highlights and on contours in this mascara foundation. There's all kinds to fit your type. There's tons, okay? So you will definitely find something to match you. So now, contouring is going to be in the hollow of your cheeks. You're going to feel the bone. Take your finger and feel the bone. Now go slightly under it to where you can feel it dipping. You can feel it dipping, your bone dipping in. That is where you're putting your contour. That is where you're putting your contour. Let me show you. There's a bone. Right there's a hollow part. And I'm just going to tap, tap, all the way up. You see what I did there? You see that? I'm going to do it again. Don't worry, you're not done yet. Don't worry about the razor line streak. We're not done. Okay, now you're going to take that. Don't go too far in. Just stop right there and take that and blend it. I'm going to blend it to where you're softening the edges. Okay, you see how I softened it? Getting it into the hairline, get it there. Don't go too far down here. Don't go too far down. Just stay within that hollow, but smoothing it, blending it into the hairline. Now, you're going to go up along the edges. See that? Where I've added the dark there. Do it again on the other side. Along the hairline, starting here and go all the way up. Okay, now take this and blend it. You want to smooth it out, blend it in, blend it into the hairline. If you need more, add more. Start with just a little bit at a time. You can always build more onto it if you feel like you're needing more. You want to add dimension to your face, right? We just got done putting on some highlights, but there's still 3D dimension to it. You need to add some of that dimension. The dark colors is going to help recede, causing shadows where you want it, and the highlights make it stand out. Okay, now, good. You see how I did that? You don't need a lot. Remember, I'm talking to the women who have more aging skin. They're older. They no longer have the skin that's real firm and taut. Their skin is sagging more. There's more wrinkles, more lines. You see these lines? Unless I sit there and do a bunch of Botox, that's the only way it's going to go away. I'm trying to age gracefully. So there are techniques that you can use to help you do that. Okay, I'm wanting to add a soft glow. I don't want it to be so harsh. I don't want to look like I'm in my 20s. I don't want to look like I'm in my 30s. I'm no longer there. I'm 52, right? So now that I'm pretty satisfied with adding the colors where I want it. Let me look in the mirror instead of my phone so I'm not really screwing up. It really does not take this long, but for demonstration purposes for this video, it's, a little longer. So now I'm going to take just a little bit and I'm going to go along the edge of my nose. Like that and like that. That's all I did. You can't hardly see it, but I can. That's all I'm doing, just giving me a little shadow. If you really want to get into it, you can take a fine, eyebrow brush dip it in the contour and go down like this, go down like this, and then take it and then blend it down. Okay. So now for the women who have more of a wider, rounder face, you can go underneath your jaw, right underneath, and just blend it down like that. Taking that blending brush, blending it in. You don't want that oh honey blend line, you know what I'm talking about, where the foundation stops and there's like nothing down below. Blend those colors. Okay, now creams go on first, then your powders go on afterwards. So creams on creams, then layer it with powders after that. Here are some colors that I chose. These are eyeshadow colors. These are powder. Here's a highlight, more of a highlight powder. And then this is actually a creamed lip and blush. I wanted something that was nude. And this is really great. I do love this color a lot. But it's real nude. So this is a cream, so I'm going to put this on first. So you have your contour, right here. Now you want your blush to go on the cheekbone. Okay, on the cheekbone, on top of it, just slightly above your contour. Blend it real good, just blend it there. I want a nice soft look. I don't want any harsh lines. Cool. That looks great. That looks really, really good. I'm putting it contour, the cheek, and I'm just blending it. Now, with my finger, I'm gonna go back to this creamed highlighter. This is an illuminator. It's gonna add some glow. Now, typically, women in their youth are gonna put it right here. Who have younger looking skin, they're gonna put it here, they're gonna put it here, they're gonna put it here. They tend to put it, I don't know, all over. And you don't need to do that. There's just a little bit. Instead of going right on my crow's feet, I'm gonna go just slightly on top of that cheek color. And I just use my finger, just 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, on top of that cheek color, blending it as you go. Remember, this is a creamed product. This is a creamed rouge. You can use this also for the lips. That creamed foundation, that cream cheek color. I'll show you how nude this is. It's almost too nude for me, but we're not done yet. Okay, so highlight and hide the red with this mascara, and choose a lighter highlighter to go over any areas that you want a little bit lighter, illuminating your face more, like here. And also put the highlighter, I like to put the highlighter right here and above my Cupid's bow. Right there. Give it a little bit of glow. And I'll even do a little bit there and a little bit there. All right. This looks great. I love it. All right, so put the highlighter in the places where I taught you, the contour just a little bit under the cheekbone, just a little bit. Take your sponge, your foundation brush, your fingers, whatever it is you have, and blend out the harsh lines. Then take your cheek color, if it's a cream, put that on next and put that on above. I'm done with the creams, so I'm gonna go and put on a nice good powder, all right? This is an Hourglass loose powder. And I'm going to put it all over my face. And when I do this, I go through and I kind of make sure that I blend out and smooth out more the contour and cheek color if I got too much on one side. I mean, you take this and you can blend it out. All right, cool. Now, I'm actually gonna go a little bit further and I'm gonna use a bronzing powder. And just giving my face a little bit of sun-kissed look. And I'll just go right along the hairline. Here, here, and give me a little bit of sun-kissed look. That's it. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but there's a big difference here. I'm going to the light and you can see a lot better. All right, so now I've got my powders. Now we're going to finish with powders. The very first thing I do before I even work on my eyeshadow is I do my brows. And unless you've already got your brows tinted, just fill it in, all right? Okay, now for me, for those that don't have it already tinted, we're gonna do our brows. And your brows help frame your eyes. And I wanna start with that first because you tend not to use as much eyeshadow too when you're doing your brows first. So let's give it a go. Again, I am now just using a shadow, a mascara shadow. I think this is the Kohl. I tend to do different colors. There are times where I'm in a mood to be a little more dramatic and I want to do more of a darker brow. And there are times where I'm wanting to do just slightly lighter than this. Okay. So don't overthink it too much. Just get it on there. You can always retouch up on your brows when you're done. Okay, so now, when you're done with your eyeshadow, So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start using, this is what I did on my brows. So now I'm gonna add this soft pink because I have got the palette of some good lavenders and navies and mauves going on right now and some pinks. So this is a good, really, I love these shadows. The pigment is really high. They're high pigments. And you know, and another line that I actually have tried to, in fact, the bronzing powder is from Lime Life. I love this Lime Life. Lime Life has got some good stuff out too. You should check out Lime Life by Alcom if you've never heard of them. I've never heard of them until this year either. And I like my glamour products, so I like to try out different things. Okay, so your shadow should go from your lash line up to your brow. And here we go. Now, I like to do the lighter on the lid. Now, I have the real hooded eyes. Remember, I've got eyes, this skin up here touches my lash line. And so for somebody with real hooded eyes, you want to do a good, well, I call it the windshield wiper sweep. You want to go in the crease right here, right? And you're going to sweep it. So put it in your crease, sweep, you can tap. My skin is my eye skin is really loose. It's not tight. So like my youth, I used to be able to just put it on, sweep it, and blend the edges, and I'm good to go, you know, golden. But now it's so loose that when I do that, my skin tends to go with it. Okay, so tapping it for us aging women is a lot better. And I hope nobody's offended by me saying aging, because it doesn't offend me, and I'm talking about myself, so tap it. And then you're gonna bend down and you're gonna go where you're going to see it. So when your eyes are open, you're gonna see this color. See what I did there? I see it. I see it. Blend it a little bit. Now we're going to go through and we're going to go down here. Go in the crease. We're going to create a little kind of like painting on a canvas. I don't know how many of you guys are painters. I'm going to soften the edges. I added a little bit of crease, soften the edges a bit. You see that? Soften the edges. This is when I take the sponge, move it up, and I forgot something. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to take my eyeliner. This is where the technique is totally different for your eyeliner. Okay, I have the skin that hangs down to my lash line, and the skin moves with each application. So in this case, instead of going out here and creating your cat eye out here, we're gonna start up there. Okay, let me show you. Let me move this up. See that? Okay, now take that and connect. See that? So instead of starting here, I went up. I started up on my lid instead of down where I think it should be. Now I'm going to fill that in. And then follow along the lash line. I do not do a real thick eyeliner. I just follow my lash line. And if you notice, I have hardly any lashes. They're there. They're just short, very short, and very blonde. Okay. I love this technique. What this does, this is automatically lifted my eye up. So if I would have done it this down here, like I would normally would do it before, when I would start down, my skin hangs down, right? It hangs down. So that eyeliner is just gonna hang down. You can see a wrinkle already right here, right? That eyeliner would have been touching that and it would have been dragging me down. So it would have made this illusion of my skin, my eyes looking down, and I want it to be up. So yeah, I really, really like this application. I'm going to do this other side, okay? Straight up and down, straight up and down. If you need to take your skin and you need to move it up and pull it tight, you can. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not a makeup pro. I've just learned certain techniques. That has really helped me. All right, 1 second. All right, you guys. I love this palette. This palette is fantastic. It's by Morphe, and I just love all the colors. So now I'm wanting to put some shadow underneath my eye here, and I no longer use the eyeliner underneath my eye, again because I want to give the illusion of my eye lifting up. So I'm wanting to do, let's just do a brown. Now I'm going to use a lighter. I'm going to use more of a pink. Now because I've got pink pants on, see my pink, I got pink. We're going to do a little bit of highlight right here in the corner. I don't want too much, because I don't want to put too much emphasis on the inside of my eye to where I have dark circles. And yeah, even though I've hid them, I still want to keep it just on my lid and here. The lighting in here is really bad, you guys. The lighting in here kind of sucks, so it's kind of hard for you to see, but you get the general idea. Okay, so here, and I'll take that same color and I'll just go over that eyeliner just to kind of soften it a little bit. And I'll create more of a V that we created earlier. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm sticking within this area of my eye instead of going out. That's just going to drag my face. It's not going to be fun. It's just going to drag it down. And I don't want to sag my face anymore. Let's finish up the eyes and then we'll do the lips, because I feel naked without my lipstick. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the comments below. I don't put any mascara on the bottoms. I just do the tops. Okay, now that I did my eyeliner, now I'm going to go through and I like doing my lid, adding some white to my lid. It just makes it stand out more right here and a little bit of right here. You can even do some right here. Yes, I think it looks great. Add a little bit of powder if you're needing some more powder. I don't like to look too glowy. I just don't like that 70s makeup look where they had everything just really oily looking, and I don't like that look. Because so even though I'm using a lot of creamed products, it's important to me that I have more of a matte look because I love the matte look, but I'm trying to learn not to overdo the powder. This is at that stage to where I tend to do a little bit more of cheek color. So when you get your hair down on your face, go through and take a look at any areas that you're needing some more cheek color. Just give yourself a little bit of extra oomph if you're needing it. Redo anything that you're needing it. Sometimes I'll even go through and I'll do an extra dose of my concealer. And yes, I do tend to often do my eyeshadow first. And I should have done that today, but I just didn't. I wanted to really show you the foundation application than anything. Onto the lips. My lips are thinner. They're no longer plump. Don't we love aging? Well, this woman really does not like it, and I'm trying to just really go with the flow and age gracefully. And I'm doing a good job. I'm just realizing that things have to be different. Applications have to be different, right? And the lips is thinned out too. So I'm going to follow outside my natural lip line. My lower lip is fine. I like the shape of it. I like the shape of my lips, period, but my upper lip has thinned. And I never wanted that look, but you know, when you start aging, things are just gonna fall and they're gonna be thinned out. They're not gonna be as plump. So I'm gonna go on the hair outside my natural lip line. So let me show you how that works. I always start with the Cupid's bow and I make a V. Then I do my lower lip and then we'll continue on. I went outside my natural lip line. There you go. Now I'm going to go on the lower lip and I'm going to create a line. Now I'll stop there. I love playing out my lips. This is when I'm actually going to take a newer eyebrow liner and I do my contour. See this contour? And I'm going to do my lower lip, just the center. Blending it out. I'll do underneath that top Cupid's bow. And I blend it. What this does is it causes the illusion of some 3D. It gives it some more dimension. And like I said, my lips have started to thin out. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue and connect it to the corners. Now, because that you saw me put on a nude lip color, the same cheek color that I did with mascara, It's called a lip and cheek duo. So they are a combination that you can use for both your lips, for your cheeks and your lips. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do more of an ombre type look. So I'm going to darken my edges, but I'm going to keep my center nude. Okay, see that? So now, I use my finger a lot. Sweet, huh? I just use this liner, this highlighter. There you go. All done. So now I can just play up with my hair a little bit and I'm off to work. I hope you guys had, I hope you guys learned something with this. I hope that you guys learned something. If you did, let me know your takeaways. I'd love to hear about it. And I hope you guys have a fabulous, beautiful day. Bye-bye.